Hello, everyone,
What up, people of the land?
and welcome to PopNerdom, the only
Yes.
place where
Mm-hmm.
nerd be popping.
Yes.
I am your boy Six,
I'm your boy Hanz.
and thank you for joining us today. Thank you for subscribing and hitting like and telling
Mm-hmm.
everybody to fucking watch. And like
Thank you for
Hansi
telling
likes to say,
everybody, y'all. Thank you for telling all your friends and for spreading it.
spreading it like herpes.
Mm.
So, like syphilis. Um, um. So we have plenty to talk
No
about today. But the
sponsor. No
first thing,
sponsor. No sponsor.
no
No
sponsor, no
sponsor.
sponsor,
No
no,
sponsor.
no. The first thing I want to talk about because it's gonna crack me up eventually, and I'm holding it. I'm kind of tight, biting the inside of my cheek. That I have all my statues here, and as you well know, if you've been watching the show for a while, everything I put on this table falls at one time or another.
He is
Everything.
graceful, like a gazelle in a lion's mouth.
So
Topando to, touching. Oh, is that your tongue? Oh, hey, little thing in the back. What's this little thing in the back?
let me smell it real quick. So I brought out my Batman black and white statues, and the moment I grabbed the first one and put it down, I said, "This is a bad fucking idea." So I stopped. Like after one of my glass cases, I was like, "I'm not bringing them all out because then, if the table gives in, I don't. I am shedding my pants, just thinking about what would happen if any of this falls, much less if all of them fall." So Hansel over here, by the way, is just waiting. he's he's
Oh my!
just waiting for me to fuck up.
I seen it. I did one of these. I was like, one, one.
So the reason why Batman is out though is because this week
Mm-hmm.
we had the Snyder Cut. Now,
Yes.
I'm gonna be legit with you. I started watching the Snyder Cut on Thursday. What day is it today?
Saturday.
What's today? It's Saturday. All right. The movie's been playing nonstop since Thursday. It's not over. So I think I just walked away. We started doing this, and then eventually I'll go back. Maybe it'll be finished. Maybe it'll be finished next week. Because how fucking long is this?
Long. It was long. It was long. It was a
bro,
lot of movie.
legit. It was like 1 in the morning when I was done watching it. And I didn't find any other thing to ask myself other than why is this so fucking long? What's the point? I understand why, but if you were gonna release it in half and half, it would have made more sense, given that you have the time and space to do it, than releasing it as one 4 hour movie. Now, I'm not saying that you couldn't release that. Who the fuck am I? I don't own HBO Max. I don't tell Zack Snyder what the fuck to do. He is a successful filmmaker, obviously. So I'm not the one telling him how to do his fucking job. But I just want to understand it's self indulgence, right? Like, this is nothing more than a guy saying, this is what I'm going to do, and this is how I want to do it, and this is, I'm going to do it because I can. Not somebody saying, I have, not that it wasn't stylized, not that it wasn't well told story, not that it wasn't
This is what
entertaining.
happens when you get a $500 million budget for your passion project. This is what I feel like. He's like, no, I need to put in everything because everything. You know what I mean? Like this is what I felt like. This was his passion project, and he was like, nah, I'm literally gonna tell it the exact. No, no, like no, no. Maybe he meant this. No, 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 no. It was 4 hours. I told you
Yeah,
exactly what I meant.
yeah. There's no questions here
No, 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 no,
unasked.
no conspiracies. I told
There's
you what
no
I meant.
answers unanswered. Right. There's no questions unanswered. So,
Not,
look, I've been thinking about this, how we're going to approach this for a little bit now since Thursday. Because it's kind of hard not to talk about it and not compare it to the one that we got in the
of
movie
course.
theater.
I mean, what you mean? I could only do that. I could only do that. You know what I'm saying?
And it's
Because
unfair
that
to compare it.
exists. You feel what I'm
Right,
sorry. It exists.
right.
This,
It's unfair to compare it to Avengers. It's unfair
oh yeah,
to
no, you
compare
don't
it
do
to
that.
something else.
We know we understand. We have a different standard for them. You know what I'm saying? And
Right,
we don't
right.
you don't bring out the good China when DC come out. You know what I'm saying?
No, no. They're the paper plastic.
Yeah,
Paper
you
plastic.
know what I'm saying? Yeah, but
Paper plates. Paper plates.
the good one. You get to like the eco-friendly one. You know what I'm saying? Because you're trying to impress them, but you don't
The
really
one that's
care.
see
If they,
through.
yeah. If you don't really care
Yeah,
if they
yeah,
come back, but you want them to say something nice when they,
yeah.
that guess.
So, what was your take on this movie? How did you like it?
Listen. Compared to the other one, it's a 9. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
Compared to
Compared to the other one is like a 3 at best.
at
This is
best.
this is like a fucking 9, almost 10
Almost,
compared to the other one.
compared to the other one. Now, if I had never seen that other one, this is a 7.5 after some good weed.
Yeah, this
You,
to me
like,
is
you know what
somewhere
I'm?
around a 6. Somewhere around a 6. Now, you're absolutely right. This takes so much pleasure,
Yeah.
enjoyment, and strength from having another Justice League movie that was so convoluted and compared to this one, the other one feels like somebody gave you Lego pieces and were like, make
Yeah.
a car, and you were like, look, this is a car. Here it has
It
4
can't do
wheels,
too much, but it's a car. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right? And
this is a
then,
movie. It's not a good one, but it's a movie. You said you
but it's
wanted
a
a
movie,
movie.
right? And then for this one, they had not only did they have the little booklet, but they brought extra pieces to be like, hold on. Let
Man,
me take this fin and let me make a fin right here. Pop.
this is
So
somebody who I told you. This is somebody who is seasoning for too long on these ideas. You know what I'm saying? And just it, it was really 4 hours. You know how they be like, yo, it's 4 hours, but it don't really be 4 hours. It be like 3 hours.
it
And
was
like,
4 hours.
it was
It was
4 hours. That's why I
And
texted you.
I
I'm like,
found
yo, this is really 4 hours. This is really 4 hours. Like, I don't
and
know if
I
that's good. I don't know if that's bad. I don't know.
it feels unnecessary. Is what it is. So
I
I
don't
found
because
myself.
I'm an advocate for the long stuff. But like you said, this is a like I don't want to kick it down because there's not that many movies that are this long. So it's like if you're knocking like one of your only soldiers, you know what I'm saying? But I'm like, damn, bro, why you did that? You know, it's like you're not gonna argue with your homie in front of other people. When as soon as you get back in the car, you're like, yo,
Yeah, what the fuck, bro?
come on, bro.
Why
We
you
spoke
told her
about
that?
this.
Yeah, why you told her that? Now,
Yo.
now I can't even have a chance with her friend now because you
Yeah,
fucked up. That's how big you fucked up.
Yeah.
It's like, well, but I didn't say nothing nasty. Nah, but you was weird, and now everybody thinks I'm weird because I'm your friend. Like you just fucked up, bro.
How can I bring you again?
I don't think they even want me in
I
there
didn't,
now.
how do I come back again?
So, look, I found myself, which I almost never do. I almost never. I'm telling you, 99% of the time. I mean this. I almost never not pay attention to everything that's happening in the movie. That almost never happens because then I feel like if it pays off somewhere else, I'm gonna be mad at myself because I wasn't watching.
Exactly.
Since this movie started, the moment it started, I was like, all right, let's go. Hit play, sit down, grab my phone, started texting. The moment it started, son, like it wasn't 10 minutes in, I was like, yeah, what's up? What's good with you? What you doing tonight? Now I'm here spending time with Bruce Wayne because that's what it felt like. Like I went to Bruce Wayne's house and I was fucking
Chilling with him, yeah, and he was on some bullshit. Like, came here with my boy, but him and his girl arguing, and I gotta hear this. Like, I ain't come here for this, yo.
I come here for this shit. So I found myself playing dominoes on my phone, and I'm being legit, bro. Like I found myself looking for things to do while I was watching the movie. Possibly, I think mostly because I didn't like the other Justice League, and it started kind of its structure completely different. Let's just say that it is not the same movie. You
It's
can
not.
tell the things that you
It,
can tell the things that they stole from this movie to make the other one work
that's exactly
only
what.
makes
Yo,
sense. It only makes sense on this movie.
bruh, when I was thinking back to the when I was harkening back to the other one, I, I'm over here like they paid somebody to do that. Like, you gotta give me a director job, dog. Like, like you give me $30 million to fail, bro. I don't need. I
Yeah,
just need
man.
one job. That's it.
One, pay me 100,000, and I'll do whatever the fuck, like whatever you want.
Malísimo, loco. Hágame un tollo.
So, so look. Was this movie good? Like we've discussed, no. But what it is better than the first time around
Way, it's just so much better that you're
because it's
like,
cohesive. It's like,
yes,
I'm telling you, the other one is like somebody try to make fried rice, and
skip mad
they put
stuff.
and they just were like, make this fried rice, and they were like, well, what's in the fridge? It's like, nah, but you have everything here. It's like, yeah, but I don't want to use your shit. What's in
No,
my fridge?
I got.
Hiya. What's that? What is it that Uncle Roger says? Hiya.
Hiya.
You fucking
Yo,
up.
yo.
It just and look, one. I will say, having said all of this, what Zack Snyder does that nobody does like Zack Snyder is that he's not about substance, but he is about those visuals. He really makes everything sing and look gorgeous. Everything. So every shot of this movie, from Aquaman standing on the rock and the two fucking splashes of water hit, to to Batman standing on the fucking tank from the Dark Knight Returns at the end of the movie, everything looks gorgeous. It just does because that's what Zack Snyder does. Zack Snyder really knows how to paint a picture with
Compose a shot. He knows how to compose the
yes,
shot.
he knows how to paint a picture with imagery that you
Mm-hmm.
can't really get, and you can pause a frame from that movie that is whatever you want it to be, like it's Batman looking badass, and you can pause that and you can print that and put it on your wall because
Yeah,
that's how pretty it looks. I mean, it really does. He really does a really good job of making it look gorgeous. Having said that, do you for the essence of this movie, all the slow mo shots that he put in it, all the extra dramatic stuff that he put in it, this only works and is only consumable because it's on HBO Max. Had I paid 20 fucking dollars in the movie theater for seeing that shit, son, there would have been a fucking fight in that theater. I'm
yo,
fighting somebody.
yo, yo. Listen, I. That's the problem. This movie had something. Had a predecessor that was horrible, and it's also free.
Yeah.
Like that counts. Don't that. Listen, when it gets on HBO, when it comes directly to the phone, I give it at least half a point. At least half a point.
At
Just
least.
at least
That's
I
the
didn't have to leave my
minimum.
house. I didn't have to leave my house. You know what I'm
Bro, I
saying?
watched I got up from my office where I was working, went to the kitchen, made myself something to eat. This all happened within an hour. Got up, went to the kitchen. I took a quick shower after work. I got something to eat, prepped it, sat down, ate it. Yum, 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 yum. Got up, washed my dishes. All of this. Sat down on my living room, turned on my TV, put on HBO Max. That's all it cost me. That's all it cost me
Yeah.
was a little bit of
Honestly,
time
was
to
prep.
turn
Was
on.
prep. Honestly, how do I want to watch it? When do you know what I mean?
Yo, but I gotta tell you, bro, I gotta tell you, it really felt masturbatory. It's just what it feels like. It feels like somebody jerking off to the favorite picture of their wife. It's weird
Yeah,
that it's just like
I'm telling you, it's a overly funded passion project. That's
right.
what
I
it
mean, you're
feels like.
absolutely correct. You're absolutely correct when you say that. And I feel that at the end of the day, at the end of having said all things, um, well, it's more rewatchable than the other one for sure. But
in,
do I really want to
fact
put
though.
myself in that
Yeah,
universe at
that's.
all?
Listen, I think because I watched it also took a little break in between. That also, I don't think I go. I don't know. I don't know if I can watch that again straight. I could probably like pick up places in it, maybe.
Right, right. Because there are
Maybe.
things that, like I said, there's things that look
Yeah.
fantastic, and once again,
I didn't
compared
hate
to the
it.
other one, it's
That's
more
what.
cohesive. It's more
Mm-hmm.
cohesive. So
I
the
didn't
story
hate it.
works. Yeah,
Yup.
exactly. The
I
the
didn't hate
story
it.
works, and that's the thing that the other one didn't have. The other one really felt
Yeah, the
crashed
other one
together.
was the yeah the other one was a lie. Like, especially you seeing this, you're like did he not know what happened? Like you said, you had all the ingredients. It's like it's kind of hard to think that that's what you came up with.
Yeah, and that you did that specifically with the sentiment of this is how it's going to be good.
Exactly.
And
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I
yeah, yeah,
can
yeah, yeah.
understand. Look, I can understand. Look, it's unfair to from one end because the guy got the job
Had to
in a
pick up.
rush.
Yeah, yeah, yes.
He had to pick up, and you have to do so much work to make it make sense to you, especially because it was like 60-70% done, something like that, right?
Maybe he wanted to click certain scenes and they weren't probably finished. Maybe the effects weren't finished and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Who knows? Yo, speaking of effects, how did you feel about Steppenwolf's upgrade or downgrade, maybe depending on your position, and Cyborg?
So Steppenwolf, I liked.
Me too.
I,
Me too.
I thought Steppenwolf looked good. He
Yeah,
had
I saw
a
where the extra 20 million went.
right. He had the little moving
The
parts of the
scales and yeah,
armor.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and that made sense to me. And also, he looked good. Like his face looked
Yeah,
good.
his face. Yes, it looked
Now,
realistic. It looked like you can touch it. Hmm.
Cyborg looked like a like a 2005 video game. Was your eye twitching from Cyborg?
You know me. You know me.
Yes,
I
yes, I
can't
do.
even get past that. I said, why ain't put him in some Tims and some jeans and waste money on the top? If you're not, yo, this is my thing. And people are like, yo, I'm not hard on that. Listen, you make a decision to do that as a creative. You know that takes money. That takes money. That takes time. Stop. Don't do ankles for him. What are you doing? Doing calves for him? He's not even a hero at the time. So he can be in jeans and regular streetwear because he basically got picked up from the street.
Yeah,
The Flash miraculously had his suit,
you could
but
have spent all the money at the very end on that last the battle at
exact
the end.
yes. Let him, he comes out the jeans or whatever like that, and you spend the money there. But for the most part, put him in jeans, some boots, and you roll cybernetic at the top and make it look better. You understand? It's like, why I don't understand that? Like, why spend any time doing that? He looked cheesy, bro. He looked like you were trying to play a PS5 game on a PS2, yo. It
Yeah,
did not
yeah,
compute.
it was
It did not
bad. It
compute.
was bad. It does not
Error.
compute.
Error. That's what I thought he was about to break out. Like that's,
I,
that's
I don't know. Here's the two things I say about Cyborg. Number one, him and Flash got way more to do in this movie, as being like they were more important in this movie as part of what the story was. So they had way more weight as characters
yes, they did.
than it
That had
wasn't all
substance.
about the
Period.
Trinity.
Yeah, that had substance. Period. They only had the name and the power in the first one. You just, it's a
Right.
Flash. He goes fast. Okay, I understand why they need him. Oh shit, Cyborg. He can hack. Okay, I understand. You didn't know anything, but none of you didn't get too much of the backstory. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know me. I love the Flash. That's my guy.
Yeah, man. And so they spend more time making them less buddy buddy. So this made more sense again in that sense too. That it wasn't like their buddy buddy. Hey, pooh, fist bump.
Mm-hmm.
None of that shit. And they spent more time making it it had more weight in the storytelling. But having said that, you're absolutely right. I don't see why Cyborg through the whole movie couldn't have been in a hoodie, like he was, in a hoodie and sweats
But
until the last fight. Maybe that should be part of the story too, because he doesn't seem to be very happy with how
that's what
he
I'm,
looks
and
and he
it
turned out.
just it would make it. It just I don't know. I don't know why the real person couldn't be in I don't know. I just don't understand. I didn't get him. I didn't like that. I didn't like him at all. I didn't like the way he looked. I liked his story. I like Cyborg the character. I didn't like their rendition. I didn't like Jack Snyder's rendition.
No,
I
and
didn't do
and by the way, not anything about the actor either, because he did a
No,
great
no,
job
yeah,
playing him out.
no. I'm
We're
talking
talking
about
about specifically
the
graphics,
look,
specifically
the look.
graphics.
You could have put
It just
me in there, and I would have been like, nah, Chief, that ain't it. And I love myself. You feel what I'm saying? So, nah.
I love me, but that ain't gonna be me. We get a ton of Dark Side,
Yes.
which is
He looked
fantastic.
good. He looked
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Looked good. He looked like you can touch him. You know what I'm saying? I like that. Very
Oh
exciting.
yeah, we get that scene at the beginning of the other movie, or somewhere in the other movie, where everybody's fighting for the mother box, and he's Dark Side instead of being Steppenwolf, and it
Yeah.
makes sense. And we get to see Dark Side do some shit, because Dark Side, look, and this is the thing that pisses me off about the history of certain things. The Dark Side in the comic books was way before
The Justice League.
Thanos, and Thanos actually is a copy
Oh yes, yes,
of
yes,
Darkseid.
yes, very true.
You know what I'm
Direct-
saying?
yeah, yeah,
He's a legit copy. Like they weren't even fucking around back then. Deadpool is
They
a
didn't
copy
even,
of a DC.
They didn't even try. Like no.
No. Deadpool is a copy of Deadshot. He literally is a copy, and that was the joke, that he's a copy. Thanos is a copy of Darkseid. They copied so much shit.
They were just first.
So much shit.
I was watching I was watching the Justice League with my boy Pasquale. Shout out to my boy Pasquale. And
Shout out
I
Pasquale.
was telling him, I was like, yo, DC was first to a lot of stuff. The multiverse, the all this stuff, like people, different versions meeting up, all this stuff. I'm like, it's just the medium. Marvel's first to it in the medium. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Yeah. And so I think that I think there was some fear of making let's cover him, and they paid for it. They paid for it when the first movie came out. But once again, they make better with the story. And I don't want to keep repeating myself because I think it's getting too repetitive, but it's just that story-wise this was a better movie. I just don't need a credit scene of Batman having a dream with the Joker. That's 23 minutes fucking long. I don't need that.
Yo, you know what's crazy?
What's that?
I didn't even notice that was a credit scene. That movie was so long. That was just part of the movie. The credits was also part
It's
of
an
the movie
epilogue.
too.
I mean, it was an epilogue, but
you know what I'm saying. But it was just like, to me, it was just like that whole thing was it. Like I couldn't blur it when the movie ended and when it. I'm like, yo, it's just all.
I mean, it wasn't a credit scene. It was an epilogue. But why do I need to see an epilogue of basically Gods Among Us? Right? Is that what it is? Basically.
Yeah.
And why do I need that epilogue to be 23 fucking minutes long? And the other thing that I'm pissed about, and again, I kind of like this movie. I just don't think that I want to watch it again. The other thing that I was pissed about is, why are you showing me Martian Manhunter if you're not going to use him?
But you know what? True, but that's the way you do it. If you're going to use him and you're not going to use money, show him one time looking good and revert him to a human.
I mean, true.
True. They do such shit that I try to give them credit anywhere I can, like, because they could have just done a shit job and just put like a green screen, a guy in a green screen suit, and he's just like with a robe.
and can I say Martian Manhunter? Some people call me. Who the fuck calls you Martian Manhunter? A, because that sounds like an insult. And B, if I am Martian Manhunter and people call me the Martian Manhunter, I would be like, fuck those people. I'm gonna fuck them up. I'm gonna manhunt your ass.
Yep. This is very true. That is a horrible super name, That's why motherfuckers call him John.
John Johns. Why couldn't he say I'm John Johns? In the comic books, nobody calls him, nothing but John Johns. Anyways, the Martian Manhunter. I mean,
that's his.
I shouldn't say that.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what he is. The first character I think about. I got to think very deeply because I haven't read Justice League in a long time. But he's one of the only characters that I think about that people like the media calls him the Martian Manhunter. But nobody in the Justice League calls him Manhunter.
Yeah.
Everybody, unless they're brand new or they don't know him that well. But everybody calls him John. John, do this. John, do that.
Homie,
you know what I'm saying?
John the homie.
Right. So, I mean, look, to end this, because I think we're talking too much about this show. I mean, I don't know. You have a lot more to say?
No, I mean, there's really nothing to say because he's not going to get another movie. Zack Snyder, this is just like a one and done. This is another thing, too, that it's so fat. And it's like, is something going to come from this? You know what I'm saying?
And I mean, they set up 47 different things for sequels and shit like that. Maybe 55.
What?
But are we going to get those things? You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. And is Zack going to be in charge? Because that's also important. You know what I mean? So that's the only, Yeah. So yeah, this was a one and done.
So, I mean, having said all that, I think that...
I think people should watch it. Especially if you watch the other one, you have to watch this. If you haven't, then it's whatever. You can watch.
But actually, even better if you only watch Man of Steel, which has an incredibly good first part and a very shitty video game second part. If you watch Batman v Superman, which is the shittiest of them all, because Martha. What do you say, Martha? Okay, all right. I don't want to get into
Ben
that.
took a step back with his Batman role, but whatever.
But this one will be a better button to end that story. And if you're watching it at home where you can sit down and hit play and just fucking pause wherever you want and watch it like a series, I think you're doing good. I think you're doing okay. But let's move on because I mean, for me, I'm ready to move on. If you want to, bring more conversation in, all right. Let's move on because I feel
it don't got to be 4 hours like the movie.
Right. I'm not trying to talk for the 4 hours the movie was. It's good. It's better because of the other one. If you haven't seen the other one, meh at best.
Yep. For real.
All right. All right. Let me do this at the end because I didn't do it.
Word. Same.
Yeah, do that. Let me try to knock. Fuck. I can't even talk. I'm so nervous about this shit.
El naki tú le vas a dar.
Oh, fuck.
La presión.